Journalist. What is the 10th adaptation? Tesla. It is most important. Right that Mr. Tesla played. He played the whole of his life and enjoyed it. Journalist. Mr. Tesla. Whether it relates to your findings and your work? Is this a game? Tesla. Yes, dear boy. I have so loved to play with electricity. I also cringe when I hear about the one, also the Greek, who stole fire. A terrible story about stubbing an eagle's peck at his liver. Did Zeus not have enough lightning and thunder, and was damaged for one favor? There is some misunderstanding. Lightning are the most beautiful toys that can be found. Do not forget that in your text stand out. Nikola Tesla was the first man who discovered lightning. Journalist. Mr. Tesla, you're just talking about angels and their adaptation to this earth. Tesla. Am I? This is the same. You could write this. He dared to take upon himself the prerogatives of Indri, Zeus, and Peiron. Imagine one of these gods in a black evening suit, with the bowler hat, and wearing white cotton gloves, pairs lightning, fires, and earthquakes. To the New York City elite. Journalist. Readers love the humor of our paper, but you confuse me, stating that your findings, which have immense benefits for the people, representing the game, many will frown on it. Tesla. Dear Mr. Smith, the trouble is that people are too serious. If they were not, they would be happier and much longer would have lived. Chinese proverb says that the seriousness reduces life. Let's get back to things which they consider important. Journalist. They would love to hear what your philosophy is. Tesla. Life is a rhythm that must be comprehended. I feel the rhythm and direct on it and pamper in it. It was very grateful and gave me the knowledge I have. Everything that lives is related to a deep and wonderful relationship. Man and the stars, Omebus and the sun, the heart and circulation of an infinite number of words. These ties are unbreakable, but they can be tamed and perpetuate and begin to create new and different relationships in the world, and that does not violate the old. Knowledge comes from space. Our vision is its most perfect set. We have two eyes, the earthly and spiritual. It is recommended that it became one eye, versus alive, in all its manifestations, like a thinking animal. Stone is a thinking sentient being, such as a plant, and a man. A star that shines as to look at, and if we were not sizable, self-absorbed, we would understand its language and message. His breathing, his eyes, any of the man must comply with breathing, eyes, and ears of the universe. Journalist. As you say this, it seems to me I hear Buddhist texts, words or Taoist, Perizult, Usa. Tesla. That's right. This means that there is a general knowledge and truth that man has always possessed. In my feeling and experience, the universe has only one substance and one supreme energy with an infinite number of manifestations of life. The best thing is that the discovery of a secret nature reveals the other. One cannot hide. They are around us, but we are blind and deaf to them. If we emotionally tie ourselves to them, they come to us themselves. There are a lot of apples, but one Newton. He asked for just one apple that fell in front of him. Journalist. A question that might be set at the beginning of this conversation. What was electricity for you, dear Mr. Tesla? Tesla. Everything is electricity. First was the light, endless source which points out material and distribute in all forms that represent the universe and the earth with all its aspects of life. Black is the true face of light, only we do not see this. It is a remarkable grace to man and other creatures. One of its particles possesses light, thermonuclear, radiation, chemical, mechanical, and unidentified energy. It has the power to run the earth with its orbit. It is true Archimedean lever. Journalist. Mr. Tesla, you're too biased towards electricity. Tesla. Electricity I am, or if you wish, I am the electricity in the human form. You are electricity too, Mr. Smith, but you do not realize it. Journal. Is it thus your ability to allow fails of electricity of 1 million volts through your body? Test. Imagine a gardener who is attacked by herbs. This would indeed be crazy. Man's body and brain are made from a large amount of energy. In me there is a majority of electricity. The energy that is different in everyone is what makes the human, I or soul. For other creatures, their essence. Soul of the plant is the soul of minerals and animals. Brain function in death is manifested into light. Eyes in youth were black, now blue, and as time goes on and strain the brain gets stronger, they are closer to white. White is the color of heaven. Through my window one morning landed a white dove, which I fed. She wanted to bring me word that she was dying. From her eyes, the light jets were coming out. Never in the eyes of any creature had I not seen so much light, as in that pigeon. Journal. Personnel in your lab speak about flashes of light, flames, and lightning that occur if you are angry or into kind of a risk. It is a psychic discharge, or a warning to be alert. The light was always on my side. Do you know, I discovered the rotating magnetic field, an induction motor, which made me become famous when I was 26. One summer evening in Budapest, I watched my friend Szigeti Gem sunset. Thousands of fire was turning around in thousands of flaming colors. I remembered Faust and recited his verses, and then, as in a fog, I saw a spinning magnetic field, an induction motor. I saw them in the sun. Journal. Health service telling that at the time of lightning, you isolate into a room and talk to yourself. Tesla. I talk with lightning and thunder. Journalist. With them? What language, Mr. Tesla? Tesla. Mostly my native language. It has the words and sounds, especially in poetry, what is suitable for it. Journal. Readers of our magazine would be very grateful if you would interpret that. Tesla. The sound does not exist only in the thunder and the lightning, but in transformation into the brightness and color. A color can be heard. Language is of the words, which means that it is from the sounds and colors. Every thunder and lightning are different and have their names. I call some of them by the names of those who are close to me in my life, or by those whom I admire. In the sky brightness and thunder live my mother, sister, brother Daniel, a poet, Jovan Jovanovic Ziemaj, and other persons of Serbian history. Names such as Isaiah, Ezekiel, Leonardo, Beethoven, Goya, Pushkin, and all other burning fires mark shoals and tangles of lightning and thunder, which does not stop all night, bringing to the earth precious rain and burning trees or villages. There is lightning and thunder, and they are the brightest and most powerful, that will not vanish. They are coming back, and I recognize them among the thousands. Journalist. For you, science or poetry is the same? Tesla. These are the two eyes of one person. William Blake was taught that the universe was born from imagination, that it maintains and will exist as long as there is a last man on earth. With it was a wheel, which astronomers can collect the stars of all the galaxies. It is the creative energy, identical to the light energy. Journalization is more real to you than life itself? Tesla. It gives birth to the life. I have fed my thought. I have learned to control emotions, dreams, and visions. I have always cherished and nurtured my enthusiasm. All my life I spent in ecstasy. This was the source of my happiness. It helped me during all these years to bear with work, which was enough for the 5 lives. The best is to work at night, because the stellar light and close bond. Journal. You said that I am, like every being, the light. This flatters me, but I confess, I do not quite understand. Tesla. Why would you need to understand, Mr. Smith? Surface it to believe it. Everything is the light. In one, its ray is the fate of nations. Each nation has its own ray. In what great light source we see as the sun. And remember, no one who was there did not die. They transformed into the light, and as such, exist still. The secret lies in the fact that the light particles restore their original state. Journal. This is the resurrection? Tesla. I prefer to call it return to a previous energy. Bryce and the several others knew the secret. I am searching how to preserve human energy. It is forms of light, straight like heavenly light. I have not looked for it for my own sake, but for the good of all. I believe that my discoveries make people's lives easier and more bearable, and channel them to spirituality and morality. Journalist. Do you think that time could be abolished? Tesla. Not quite, because the first feature of energy is that it transforms. It is in perpetual transformation, as clouds of Taoists. But it is possible to leverage the fact that a man preserves consciousness after the earthly life. One of them is immortality, whose origin is outside of man waiting for him. The universe is spiritual. We are only half that way. The universe is more moral than us, because we do not know his nature and how to harmonize our lives with it. I am not scientist. Science is perhaps the most convenient way to find the answer to the question that always haunts me, and which my days and nights turned into fire. Journalist. What's the matter? Tesla. How are your eyes brightened? What I wanted to know is, what happens to a falling star as the sun goes out? Stars fall like dust, or seed in this, or in other worlds, and the sun be scattered in our minds. In the lives of many beings, what will be reborn as a new light, or cosmic wind scattered in infinity. I understand that this is necessarily included in the structure of the universe. The thing is, true is that one of these stars, and one of these suns, even the smallest, preserves. Journalist. But Mr. Tesla, you realize that this is necessary, and is included in the constitution of the world. Tesla. When a man becomes concussed, that his highest goal must be to run for a shooting star, and tries to capture it. Shan, that his life was given to him because of this, and will be saved. Stars will eventually be capable to catch. Journalist. And what will happen then? Tesla. The creator will laugh and say, "It fall only that you chase her and grab her." Journalist. Isn't all of this contrary to the cosmic pain, which so often you mention in your writings? And what is it, cosmic pain? Tesla. No, because we on Earth, it is an illness, whose existence the vast majority of people are not aware of. Hence many other illnesses, evil, misery, war, and everything else which makes human life an absurd and horrible condition. This disease cannot be completely cured, but awareness shall make it less complicated and hazardous. Whenever one of my close and dear people were hurt, I felt physical pain. This is because our bodies are made as of similar material, and are so related with unbreakable strands. Incomprehensible sadness that overwhelmed us at times means that somewhere, on the other side of this planet, a child or generous man died. The entire universe is in certain periods sick of itself and of us. The appearance of a star and the appearance of comets affect us more than we can imagine. Relationships among the creatures on the earth are even stronger. Because of our feelings and thoughts, the flowers will scent even more beautiful, or will fall in science. These truths we must learn in order to be healed. Remedy is in our hearts, and evenly, in the heart of animals that we call the universe.